Nothing says creepy mannequin like a butterfly mask. Hi, I kind of noticed that I haven't done a review in a while, so I thought, since this is kind of Halloween-y, apart this is, well, kind of, it's creepy more than anything, and it's meant to be anyway. I thought I'd do a review on The Mall by S.L. Grey. The cover is what really won me over this book. Like, that I saw that's poking out at me while I was searching the shelves. So I like the cover. But this is kind of where the book ends for me. Dripping foot in the darkness. I thought the back was really good, but it tells you nothing. It's very intriguing. The lights are dim, the doors are locked. The aisles are deserted, but something's beeping. The only way out is to go further in. Welcome to the nightmare. Welcome to the mall. So since that is such a crappy, and it is crappy, the summary of this book, I should probably make a point of just saying, like, I did see on Goodreads that somebody actually specifically said this YA for Halloween. Basically, when you say that, call it, in a way it is YA as in it is young adult, but it depends on your definition of of young adult. Like, in my opinion, someone who is 23 is a young adult, but there's a lot of swearing in it, and I know some of you feel very uncomfortable about that. I don't mean, like, a lot of people make a big deal. I've only noticed that because a lot of people are saying, oh, there's so many swearings in the casual, no, you can't see it, the casual vacancy. It is there, somewhere. I thought I was being horrid, but you can't see it. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to. But they like the S and F word a lot in this book. So it's like me! Yeah, I swear I'd like it a lot. The characters are okay. I'm not going to go much detail. Like, obviously there's two main characters, and that's kind of how the book works. Like, you get the narration of Yona, and then you get the narration of Daniel. Or Dan, or whatever he wants to be called. He's very confused. They both kind of have, like, the backstory. Yona's a drug addict. Kind of. Yona, I have no idea, I might be saying her name, but for the sake of this review, I'm calling her Yona. So here's the summary, I promise. Yona's cousin is meant to be babysitting this boy, but for whatever reason she can't. So she leaves Yoan in charge of him. Yoan decides to take him to the mall so she can meet her dealer and buy cocaine. She leaves the boy in the bookstore where Daniel works. It's also important to say that Yoan has a scar on her face, so she's noticeable, and she does, like, make eye contact with Daniel when she goes into the store. After she gets back to the bookstore, she discovers the boy is gone and panics and runs about like an idiot looking for him. And she ends up bumping into one of the security guards, and she says she's looking for a kid. The guards go around looking and specifically ask Daniel if he has seen a black kid. But the kid's white. They just presume because he's back because Yoan's back. But she specifically tells them he's white. Meanwhile, Dan saw a kid yelling behind yelling around the back corridor of the bookstore, like, you know, behind the scenes of the mall. So basically, since they can't find this kid, the security guards threaten to call the police, which obviously Yoan's not that big a fan of that idea. So after kneeing one of the security guards, she basically runs up the office bit with her pocket full of cocaine intact. I like my bottle of cocaine better. Basically she waits till like closing time, which is already quite near, and then she attacks Daniel, demanding to know why he lied, because she's got obviously he tells her that she didn't, ba-da-da. They end up going back going back into the mall, into the behind the car bit, because Daniel told her that he saw this kid running behind there. So basically they eventually kind of get lost and they yearn for their lives because they think they hear this monster thing, and get creepy texts off somebody, the management apparently, and eventually end up in this alternate mall, which is basically the exact same, but it's like a sick parody of the Yale Mall. And it's kind of like meant to be this, I think it's meant to be this big statement about something, because the models are super skinny and don't look healthy or nice, and they've like got the missing limbs and have hairy legs and stuff, and cellulite is on show and stuff, and basically they all look awful, and that people that are considered normal looking would be called the anormals, where people super fat and whatever are kind of the norm, and the staff and that are kind of brainwashed and blank things, and they can't really talk like normal people, like otherwise they'll get confused if you talk about anything to them except what their store sells or buying things. I kind of thought the book was kind of good in the build up, but I don't know, like, I think for this book to have been really good, the characters would have had to be, well, really good, but they weren't. And like, there's two parts of this book, and the second half just falls flat. Basically, it's a tiny bit smaller, but kind of presume with these things. They eventually find a way out of the mall, and this is the second part, is what happens after this. Yeah, basically the second part is what happens after they find the way out. But it's really boring, the second part, and I don't really get what it's trying to say or why. I don't know, it's trying to prove that they've been changed by this event and show how, but not really. The biggest change is that Daniel has now become a chain smoker after it. That's the only real big noticeable thing. Well, I did give this like 3 stars out of 5. It's a low 3 out of 5. I did like it, but there's a lot that could have been improved, and I enjoyed it, but I'm kind of still wondering what was the point of it. And it's not scary at all, in my opinion, as a super horror buff. I don't know if I've made this quite clear on this channel, but well, the point horror should have gave it something away. Basically I've been watching horror movies since I was 2, so it takes a lot to really freak me out, kind of. And this whole mall thing, I don't think it's really that creepy idea, because honestly, how many, I don't know if this is really popular in South Africa where it's built, and maybe in America, because I remember reading a point horror where there was some weird back part of the mall. But well, I didn't have like a million basements. But I don't think it's really common for a mall to have like a deep basement cavern. So next time I go to my local mall / centre, I'll probably just, it won't really, I don't think I'll be wanting that secretly there's an alternative mall within it. I'm sure it's meant to be some messages about consumerism and stuff, and bah. It didn't make me think, it did properly creep me out. It was just, I liked it and I enjoyed it, but there's a lot scarier things you could read. But then I should probably point this out that while reading it, I got bored and never finished it. Wasn't that scary? That's as a kid the bathroom thing did kind of freak me out after I watched it on TV. I don't know, maybe I'm going to do a lot more horror reviews and things, like maybe I'll look for my shelves and see what horrors I can find, like, as I do have a few horror books on my to read, books that are kind of horror-ish. Fear isn't one of them, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go now.